I want to address real quick GameStop and how people think that the used game market hurts the publisher. Okay, for first thing, let's see what my argument is. My argument is that I don't really think that's true. Because you see, one thing is that first let's go into why people think this. For one thing, the pre-owned market, the whole thing that GameStop started. You know, the trade-in thing where if you trade in a certain game or trade in a certain amount of games, you get credit for it. And the pre-owned market is where, like for example, a newer game and someone brings that newer game back, like they sell it to GameStop, and GameStop sells it. They give you credit for it, and let's say it's a $60 game, you might get $20 or $30 for that $60 game that you bought for new. And do I think that's bullshit? Yes, because the whole thing is 15%. You know, you get 15% store credit, which is about, again, 20 to 30 something dollars. And for a $60 game, that's, you know, not really much. I mean, remember that whole, I think, story I went into in my AAA gaming thing for anybody who was here to listen to it when I was talking about Destiny. My friend went to sell the game because, you know, it's a game that you can pretty much complete in less than a week, in less than half a fucking week. And well then, I mean, now it has all sorts of extra content and bullshit. I mean, of course, now that doesn't apply, but when the game was, you know, still new and just came out, you know, all that kind of stuff before the content, you know, it's a game you can pretty much complete before, you know, at halfway through the week. And he would sell it, and he pretty much got, like, I think like $20 maybe back, 20, almost $30 back. And I think that's bullcrap. And the pre-owned thing is that you can buy a newer game, like a game that probably just came out that particular week, from someone who played it and, you know, they didn't like it, but GameStop would sell it for like maybe 40 to 50 something dollars minimum, you know, like 54.99 or some shit like that. If you're like a Power Up member, you get, you know, like $2 off from that. So it's still gonna average up to be around $60 either way because of taxes. And the thing that people hate about the pre-owned system is that the money that goes from the game, but the money that is purchased with that pre-owned game, purchased for that pre-owned game, doesn't go back to the publisher. It goes to GameStop's pocket, and people are upset about that because it's this whole stigma that you want to give back to the publisher. If they make a good game, then you know, you want to give back to the publisher, and I can understand that. But here's the thing: the publisher isn't getting hurt in this deal. For one thing, let's just say that for now. Let's just get that out there for now. I know that seems, you know, a little counterproductive, and that's probably something that someone don't like. You know, people think that, you know, I like GameStop. You know, I love GameStop. You're a GameStop lover. You actually, you know, you're actually with this whole them not giving back to the publisher. I actually am, because they're not the victim in this. No one is the bad guy or the victim in this. The publishers and GameStop have been in bed for a very, very long time. That's the whole reason why we have this pre-order culture, because of them both. I mean, you think that GameStop is forcing these companies to cut out large chunks of the game just so they can sell it back to you? Like, you think that GameStop is the one to force these companies to take out a mission, like, in a game just to sell to you for a pre-order bonus? No. You want to know who has all this creative control over their product? The publishers and the developers. Like, GameStop is the distributor. They don't. I mean, they do in some sort of way ask these publishers to have exclusive content for GameStop. If that's the case, then what about Walmart or Target or Amazon or any other place that has like exclusive content for it? You understand that like 50,000 versions of the same game because it depends on where you buy it from. GameStop is the only one that isn't doing. GameStop isn't the only one doing this exclusive thing. They're not the only one doing this. Hey, if you like buy it from here, you can get this exclusive map pack or this exclusive character skin or this exclusive gun, for example. I mean, this isn't just a GameStop problem. Understand that. And while you're up here trying to guilt trip people into saying that we should get back to the publisher, sometimes the publisher doesn't deserve. Excuse me. Sometimes the publisher doesn't even deserve it. I mean, do you think EA deserves all the credit they give? They need or they want? No, I don't think that. I mean, yeah, I guess I am in the boat of hating EA because I don't like their business practices. I don't like what they did to Maxis or West Studios or all these other companies. Pandemic, how they've axed them off, outright, like destroying them. I don't like what they did to Command & Conquer, which is one of my favorite RTS games. I don't like what they did to SimCity. Alright? I don't like what they did to Mercenaries, which was actually a good third-person shooter game, despite it having really big problems. I don't like what they did to all sorts of other things. I don't like their fucking business practices. You think they deserve all this credit? All this money? No. For one thing, if you say that the pre-order market hurts the publisher, then what about the money they're going to gain from, like, did I say pre-order? I meant pre-owned. What about all the money they're going to gain from, like, people who buy it on launch day? I mean, that's where all the revenue comes from. I mean, they're sitting on, like, millions of dollars, selling millions of copies, and you're getting mad because one guy went in and bought their game because he didn't want to spend $60 on it because he didn't think it'd be that good. I mean, you can just take it right back. And you can say the same thing for, like, new games. But what if you don't get much from it? I mean, you think that we have the audacity to buy a new game every time it comes out? I don't. I wait for a price drop. I mean, granted, I bought, let's see here, I know you can't see it, but I have Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U here. Right here. I have Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, and I bought both of those new. You wanna know why? Because it's Nintendo. They don't have all this pre-order bonus bullshit. At least that I don't know of, or you care about. I mean, the problem with this pre-order market is, pre-order market. I keep trying to get mixed up with pre-order and pre-owned. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The problem with that is that all the content that's supposedly bonuses is going to be sold back to you within a few months. Like, for example, I remember that the whole Gearbox gun thing, like the Creature Slaughter Dome from one of my favorite first-person shooter franchises, Borderlands 2. I remember that it had this Creature Slaughter Dome, which is basically, literally, a mission in the game that they took out and sold back to people for pre-order. And they also did that season pass bullshit. And I know that that's counterproductive, but still, I think that Borderlands 2, games like Borderlands, open world games, they had the best DLC for some reason. Because one thing, their DLC pertains to the game. I mean, I understand that mission, that Creature Slaughter Dome thing, is stupid to cut out because it's literally a mission in the game, but still. And then you have Wait, what was I? I'm so sorry for this. I'm so sorry. I'm cutting it out. And then you have Borderlands 2, which it has a lot of features in it. I mean, I'm getting lost. I'm sorry, but the thing is that this pre-order thing is that it's going to be sold back to you anyway. So what's the point of pre-ordering it? Just so you can get it day one? I mean, to me that really does not matter. If you're going to get the content anyway later down the road, why not just wait until they release a freaking Game of the Year edition? That's exactly what I do. That's actually what I did for Borderlands 2. Borderlands 1, I bought that like almost computer accident because it looked cool and I just fell in love with the series. And then Borderlands 2 came out and I saw, oh, probably gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Season Pass, Day 1 DLC. I said, no, I'm going to wait till the Game of the Year edition comes out. Sure enough, a year later, Borderlands 2 Game of the Year edition. Picked it up, all the content there. For barely even $50. Like, at best, like, new, I think it was like, maybe $40 to $30. $30.99 or $40.99. It'll end up being $50 anyway. Unless you buy $39.99, which would be about 42 cents. The thing about that I hate about the pre-order culture is that these same people who say that GameStop is hurting the publisher, they buy these things. You buy these pre-order things, and the publisher sees that it's okay for that. Okay? They're already sitting on millions of dollars that they got from people who bought it on launch day. You're going to tell me that, like, Bungie is getting hurt because some guy walked in and bought Destiny for the PS4 for like maybe $30-something pre-owned, and they don't get that money back? Meanwhile, they're still sitting on like millions of dollars. They got it from people who pre-ordered the game. Do you see how this doesn't make sense? If they're still getting hurt, why are they already sitting on money? They're going to get the money regardless. Even if you buy it pre-owned, what about the DLC that guy's gonna buy from that pre-owned game? They're going to get the money back anyway, people. You don't understand this. Even if it does, I can see the argument, even though I don't believe it, that it can hurt the publisher in some sort of way. But what I can't see is that how is it hurting them when they're going to get the money back anyway? You know, companies do make their money from DLC. I mean, it's like complaining that a game is free, like, for example, on the mobile market. A game is free, and the publishers aren't getting money for it because it's free. Meanwhile, they still have things like content that you can buy. Like, for example, it's like complaining that one of my favorite games on the Android thing that I got from Google Play is Punch Quest. It's free. Completely free. Excuse me. If you're buying it, then you're getting ripped off because it is free on the Google Play market. It's like complaining that that game is free and the publishers aren't getting any money for it, but still they're going to get money regardless because people do buy, like, coins, for example. That's how games like that get their pay word. And what's to say that, for example, games like Forza that have microtransactions, that if someone buys Forza Motorsports, Forza Horizon on the Xbox One, they're going to be paying some sort of money anyway. You understand that, right? So, you can hate GameStop, that's fine. I mean, there's some things I don't like about GameStop, even if I love them. I mean, there's some people, you know, I understand if you had a bad experience with GameStop, you know, you got ripped off in some sort of way. You bought a game and it was scratched the fuck, and you can, even if it wasn't GameStop's fault, you can still blame GameStop because most of the time they don't even look at the games when you give them to. So it's kind of their fault. But you can hate GameStop, That is fine. I'm always the person who sees a certain side of the opinion. Even if you don't believe this bullshit I'm talking about right now, like the pre-order culture or GameStop quote unquote hurting the publisher. Even if you don't believe that, you still have some reason for hating GameStop. Maybe you walked in and there's some asshole behind the desk. It happens. There was some asshole cash register. I mean, again, it happens. Understandable. That goes for every retail place. There's gonna be some dickhead who works there. Believe me. I actually used to work in retail. And I used to kind of be that dickhead, but still. What do you think about this? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Do you think it's a bunch of crap? You think I'm wasting my time, which seems to be the case, considering just look at my channel, I waste my time all the time. Yeah. Very much just say is out.